because I love books, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. I also hope watching my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. Today's video is going to be my November end of the month wrap up. I'm going to talk about all the books that I read in the second half of November. I read 16 books. If you're curious to know what I read in the first half of November, I'll leave my mid-month wrap-up down below in the description. The first 6 books I'm going to go by fairly quickly because I did videos on them. The first 3 books are in the first video of Last Now Next. The other 3 books are in my second Last Now Next video. Brimstone. It is the sequel to Quicksilver, and I really like the sequel. I gave it 4 stars. The Night of Blade Boy, and I give that book 5 stars. Shardless by Stephanie Fisher, 5 stars. Dawn of Chaos and Fury, the 4th and final book to the Legacy series by Melissa K. Warrich. Of course, I gave this book 5 stars. Half Hollow by the Twisted Sisters, Susan Peckham and Caroline Valenti. This book is really cool. I thought it was a great start to a series. 4 stars. Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Mass. This book was just a really fun time, and I give this book 4 stars. Our world basically is being overrun by titans, and the only one that can defeat the titans are the descendants, following Alexis, who has a terrible foster family, but she loves her foster brother. And it is discovered that Alexis has the blood of Hercules running through her veins, and she has no choice but to go to the Spartan Academy so she can participate in the Great War. And she has these mentors, and these mentors are part of her Why Choose Polyamorous Romance. Also, she has a really cool animal companion, like a snake, an invisible snake only she can see. I thought, and the snake is really funny. Next, I read Acolyte, the sequel to Shardless, and I gave this book 4 stars. Breaking of Realm. I read this book on a whim because I saw a review for it on Instagram, and the audiobook was only less than $5. This world, we have dragon riders, and when you become a dragon rider, you get to be a part of a bigger community. You get to be a world builder, and all the heroine ever wanted is to be a dragon rider. But every time she tries to make a dragon egg hatch, it doesn't respond to her. Her brother is a famous dragon rider, General, her older brother. she enters this competition to win this dragon egg, and she wins the competition, but the egg doesn't hatch for her, so she finally quits her dreams. But then she keeps hearing this voice inside her head, and a dragon falls in her lap, and only she can hear what the dragon is saying, so she bonds with that dragon, and then a telepath tells her she has to go on the run because people are going to go after her for her dragon. And so she goes on this journey for salvation with her dragon in tow. 4 stars. 2 arcs, and I can't really say much about them because they're arcs. First I read Worth the Fall, and it's a small town cowboy romance between a doctor and a cowboy. And this book was really sweet. I gave this book 4 stars. Off Script, and it's an romance between 2 famous Hollywood actors, but they are both straight, and the show that they're doing, their characters are both gay, and because of doing this show, real feelings start to develop. Give it 5 stars. A Kingdom of Sand and Ash. I'll put the title of the first book over here, but I cannot say too much about this book because it's the sequel, but I can tell you the synopsis for the first book. Mal Shadow, who is one of the daughters of the Shadow King of the Shadow Kingdom. They control wyverns, and she has to get married to the Fire Kingdom, their prince, whose name is Ash, and her mission is to kill Ash. But obviously, she falls in love with Ash, and things ensue, and there. And, and book 2, Sand and Ash, is like the continuation of Mal Blackthorn's story. Plus, we get other POVs, so the characters expanded, and the gods get more frustrated with the mortals. There are shifting alliances. I give this book 4 stars. I watched the TV show Heated Rivalry, and I watched the first 2 episodes, and I loved it. I loved the show. So after the show, after I watched it, like, the first 2 episodes, like, twice already, I decided to reread the books. And, so I read Heated Rivalry, the book, and I give it 5 stars. And if you don't know what the Heated Rivalry is about, we're following Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov, and they are both hockey players on different hockey teams, but they meet like during their draft season, and they have a secret relationship, and I just loved it. But I loved the show even more. Connor's story and Hudson Williams, their chemistry was off the chart, and and the spice in the TV show mimicked the spice in the book, and I just loved it. It brought the book to another level. They were the director was very true to the book, and I loved the show because the spice between Ilya and Shane brought their relationship forward. I love it when the spice in the book adds to their relationship, like moves their relationship forward. I just loved everything about the TV show. I loved it. I gave both Heated Rivalry and The Long Game 5 stars. Part 1 and Part 2 of Ilya and Shane's story. Again, I'm obsessed with the TV show. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. Huckleberry Hill. And I read this book because of the Besties Books review, and I listened to the audiobook because it was duet narrated by Sean Masters, and I love him. And it's a small town cowboy romance, and we're following the heroine who broke up with her boyfriend because her boyfriend left her once he figured out she couldn't have kids. And she goes back to her dad's farm, and on her dad's farm there's a new ranch hand, and she has a secret relationship with the ranch hand behind her father's back. And this book was very sweet. The hero is a cinnamon roll, and of course once the hero finds out that she can't have children, he shows her. So I gave this book 4 stars. Her Vicious Beast. If you like the Bonds That Tie series by J. Bree, it's like the same concept, but a paranormal version. We're following this girl who is a healer, and her father, who is the king of the snake shifters, tells her to go to this prison to heal certain people. And she goes to this prison, and she finds the people in the prison is her 5 fated mates. So she escapes the prison, and she goes on the run to escape her mates. This is the prequel to the series. I also borrowed the other books in the series from my Hoopla, so I will be continuing on with the series. I give this book 4 stars. Burn It Down. It's an romance. Opposites attract. We following Jacob and Dylan. Jacob is rich and he's gay, but his father is forcing him to be in a relationship with a woman. But then he meets Dylan, his Spanish mechanic, and everything changes because he is attracted to Dylan, and he cannot deny his feelings for Dylan anymore. He doesn't want to hide for the sake of his father anymore. And it's Dylan and Jacob's romance, and its opposites attract, and it was so good. It was so angsty. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. Those are all the books that I read in the second half of November. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Liking this video would help me out a lot. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.